The script.
Alright, live na ta.
Yung mic, wala na kami pa
Okay.
I-check
Ito
sa daw mo
gani
gana
mo,
na tanan.
national?
I-check sa daw.
National. Paminawan daw.
Ay, naka-live na ta.
Okay na, ano. Magana naman siya kanina.
Okay, sige ha. Sugot ako. 3, 2, 1.
Which one is national news gani, kuya?
Kanang...
Mga ba here?
Not there. Ang first...
Da. Filipinos.
Ano?
Here, oh. Here. And then...
Both of these?
Yeah.
So, sa sequence.
And
I also read like the last part. The...
this one.
DYUP Sugbo. Kauban mo. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Which one is mine?
Sports web, lower part. See, oh, I think this one. Falcons, yeah. Okay. Because it's sport, and then you start reading from here.
Okay.
Move your mouse closer to the mic, so or in here mo.
Does it look? If you look at the pictures, the arch.
Taga-Cordova man ka, diba?
Oo.
Asa ka nag-school?
Cordova National. Taga-Cordova ka.
Lapu-lapu.
Silingan na din.
Kano ba nang dapit sa church, no?
Dili,
Ah,
katungos
dili,
sa
dili.
kuan man na CCCS na siya.
Ah,
Layo ko yung pinamimahal ka. I-camera check daw ta if di ba makita si Emilia. Okay na.
Maayong adlaw, UP Cebu. I am Yusuf Bovera.
And I am France Aberelia.
You're listening to
Sai Ayo UP Cebu, the beat of campus, the pulse of news.
For the headlines,
C selects Guadalupe Ram construction gains support from affected residents.
Filipinos must adopt energy-saving measures, says government.
Flooding continues to impact Dubai.
Taylor Swift album leak causes social media ban.
Lady Spikers rally to tie for the lead after beating Lady Falcons.
Today is Friday, April 19, 2024, 10:39 in the morning. Good morning mga Escolar ng Bayan and to our fellow listeners both online and on-demand.
Good morning, UP Cebu. The sun is still hot along with our stories prepared for today.
Tag-init na gyud mga isko and iska, so make sure to stay hydrated while attending your classes today.
That is right. Grabe na, makapaak na dyan ang kainit sa adlaw, and it will be much hotter as we delve into our discussion later on.
No, na friends, and stay tuned as we will be talking about the winning film in the Sinulog Film Festival 2024.
That is right. Stay tuned as we indulge ourselves with this film.
Now for our top story. CSLX Guadalupe Ramp construction gains support from affected residents. Residents in barangays Pahina, San Nicolas, Pasel, and Ermita, where the Guadalupe Ramp of the Cebu Cordova Link Expressway, or CSLX, is planned to cross, have voiced their approval for the project after consultations led by the Cebu City Planning and Development Office, or CCPDO. Under the leadership of Joseph Michael Yumi Espina, the CCPDO organized meetings to inform residents about the CCLX Guadalupe Ramp project. They clarified details such as the ramp's location and the potential impacts on the environment. Efforts were made to address concerns and foster dialogue between stakeholders. The proposed Guadalupe ramp holds significant strategic importance in enhancing transportation connectivity and easing traffic congestion in the area. Recognizing these benefits, residents were inclined to support the project, viewing it as a valuable addition to their community's infrastructure landscape. Construction of the Guadalupe ramp with the Cebu Cordova Link Expressway Corporation, or CCLEC, is set to commence soon, aiming for completion by 2026. CCLEC President Alan Alfon anticipates the ramp's completion will accommodate around 50,000 vehicles daily. Since its April 2022 opening, CCLEX, the 8.9-kilometer tall expressway, has served 3.6 million vehicles. The goal of CCLEX project aims to enhance daily life for residents and commuters, fostering socio-economic growth in Cebu City and Cordova Town.
For the national news, Filipino must adopt energy-saving measures, says the government. Due to the intense summer heat being made more unbearable by El Nino dry spell, electricity supply problems continue to hound Luzon and the Visayas as more than 30 power plants remain shut or are running below capacity. Here is Shitsuki Kamomot for the details.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has urged the public to adopt energy-saving measures to cut electricity consumption. This is encouraged as power supply problems continue to bother Luzon and Visayas on Wednesday after more than 30 power plants remain offline or operating at lower capacities. Energy Assistant Secretary Mario Marnisagan also appealed to electricity end users to conserve energy to preserve the integrity of the country's power system and manage electricity consumption to avoid rotational brownouts or widespread outages. Based on historical data, electricity consumption rises during the summer season. For this year, this demand is seen to surge as households increase the use of cooling appliances because of the El Nino phenomenon. Shunsuke Kamomot, DYUP Sugbo, Kauban mo.
For the national news, flooding continues to impact Dubai as floodwaters engulf Dubai, wreaking havoc on the city's infrastructure and daily life. Emergency measures are underway to address the unprecedented floodings. Here is Macy Bueno for the details.
Wala ka niya.
Pero I think mo lang mga 3:30 or 4:00.
Kung sabihan ko,
Boat trip?
dire ba?
Ang interview 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Okay.
Pabo ko check actually kung nahilap mo. Kasi kanto yung naka-record. Nanisip ka naman i-organize.
For today's broadcast, we will be talking about the film that won on the recently concluded Sinulog Film Festival 2024 by our very own BA Communication 4th year students. So stay tuned as we will be sharing about their winning film Kun Mahunong Ang Sunog when we come back after this short break.
Puli-puli lang tagbasa sa paragraph.
Sige. Ikaw lang first.
Ay, baka.
I'm living on 4 hours of sleep 2 days in a row now. I had 4 hours of sleep for the second day in a row now.
Wala kayo to.
Mga 4 hours na.
Nakatalimuman. Ikaw may sports. So, mag-una ang sports kaysa sa entertainment.
Last ang sports. Last ang sports.
Okay.
You said, one tayo button na. One tayo meeting first.
Return now. No? Good luck with it.
Ikaw na rin. Ikaw na rin. Transition.
Today, now we're back. You are still listening to Saya UP Cebu. It's 10:46 in the morning. Today we're shining a spotlight on the incredible achievements of UP Cebu's communication students at the Sinulog Film Festival 2024.
That is right. Picture this scene. A group of dedicated students armed with nothing but their passion for storytelling makes a film and then takes the stage at this Sinulog Film Festival and walk away with multiple awards for their film Kun Mahunong ang Sulog. It is a moment of triumph for these young filmmakers and a testament to the power of storytelling to inspire change.
That is so true, friends. Kun Mahunong ang Sulog, produced by Ugmad Productions, tells the story of Maya, played by our very own station manager Mila Lagahit, a 17-year-old girl facing a series of challenges while living with her grandmother, who is the town's spiritual leader and healer. Through Maya's journey, the film sheds light on the struggles of indigenous people against issues like land grabbing and development aggression.
Yes, this isn't just a film, it is a call to action, you know. It is a reminder that storytelling can be a powerful tool for social change, a way to amplify the voices of the marginalized communities and raise awareness about pressing issues. And the success of Kun Mahunong ang Sulog at the Sinulog Film Festival is a testament to the talent and dedication of UP Cebu's communication students.
Very talented. Awards were presented for Best Director, Best Sound Engineering, Best Story and Screenplay, Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actress, showcasing the breadth of talent involved in bridging this project to life. Just beyond the awards, what's truly remarkable is the impact of this film has had on its audience.
That is right. And as we celebrate the achievements of the young filmmakers, let us also take a moment to reflect on the power of storytelling to inspire change and to amplify the voices of those who too often go unheard. Congratulations to the team behind Kun Mahunong ang Sulog, and here's to many more stories that challenge, inspire, and unite us all.
That is so true. I hope every filmmakers out there and acting enthusiasts should start crafting their pieces to showcase the world with their wonderful storytelling. Nindot kay friends, no?
As in,
Daghan kay sila awards.
and personally ni watch jud ko aning
No?
film showing sa first nga part, you know, they show all the films and then they choose the top 8. So sa
No?
first nga part kay niadto jud mi kay we
Niadto jud
wanted
ka sa
as
Robinsons?
in kay we want dili sa Robinsons katong first pa
Katong
sa
first,
Cebu
ah,
City
okay.
Hall pa. So we wanted to show support gyud ba kay, you know, we've heard a lot of stories about how amazing the
True.
Ugmat production is, and other UP students also who have sent their their
Their
part,
piece, oh, yeah,
their
their
piece
piece.
into the film festival. You know, it's so amazing. Grabe jud ka amazing ang film, and makasulti jud ta nga deserve jud
True.
nila nga ilaha jud ang crown.
Sila man sa to nakadaog last year, di ba?
Oh,
Di ba?
back to back na sila.
Diba?
Grabe ka amazing.
As a communication student, were na-inspire ba ka?
Na pressure girl. More than na-inspire na pressure girl.
Ay, dili dapat mag-pressure. Dapat
Pero
ma-inspire ka.
yeah, as in motivated me no to there is so much more than filmmaking,
True.
dude. You know, there's more that filmmaking could offer and how it could really impact people's life. And I would personally say kung mahulog ang sulog is grabe nihilak good ko after sa very short nga film kay, you know, there's so much thing that you could offer with
True.
film, and in a very short span of time they were able to produce that amazing of a film. And grabe maka-inspire lang, you know, it and maka-proud as an
True.
iska nung they've come this far.
Di ba
and back to
14
back.
minutes naman to kape ng film?
Short pa gyud kaayo pero grabe ang
Grabe
story
ang
nga
impact,
na-tell,
diba?
grabe ang emotions nga na-gives ako abitaw. So grabe amazing.
Congrats
Top
sa
hands gid
Ugmad
kaayo.
Production. Ikaw, friends, mo apel mo soon.
Pohon, siguro pohon.
May
Hopefully, hopefully.
tok-tok.
Oh, dyan. Pohon. Kami na pohon.
Puhon. Congratulations again sa Ugmad Productions, and keep up the good work. I hope nila ning
Yes,
i-show there is sa UP Cebu. May nga sila plans.
As in, kay Merg,
Mhm.
wala sila na-appeal sa film showing sa Compact
wala
Week.
bitaw.
Pero I think, you know, like,
True. Merg naman doon sila plan. Hopefully, para makita na to their live.
we're looking forward for that yun.
Mm-mm.
And shall we tell them more about kung mahulog ang sulod?
True, ang kaning story di ay kay 17-year-old pa si Maya, kauban si Mila de ang nagdala ani atong station manager, very
Yes,
talented, best
as
actress.
in-
And then si Prof
Yeah.
Rebago,
Yeah. Miss Ligaya.
Miss Ligaya ang
Yes.
nag best supporting actress,
As
ang
in-
grandmother ni Mila de
Maya,
Rey.
yes.
And then ang kaning story di ay kay inspired ni siya sa kanang land grabbing, and then shout out kay Villar. Hoy.
Nag-name drop.
Ay, sorry kaayo. Pero, wag na-inspired ni siya na marag daghan kaayo mga people na mulan grab and sa atong mga indigenous people, diba? We're kanang very true to life kaayo ni siya.
And also, ang gi-portray jud nila sa film kay grabe jud ka amazing kay ang location. Grabe kay like ma-feel gud nimo nga like before sila ni make sa film bitaw kay gino gyud nila sa ang
True.
location. Nadjay plan properly pagka-plan gyud and ang location it's so
True.
pretty, super pretty. And also it's very natural and it's calling for action gyud ang film. So mo na look forward to whenever na may mga possible nga mga screenplays in the future, no? Kay it's worth the it's worth your time yun, grabe.
That is so true. We're close to heart jud din nato kay we're as a UP student kay dapat na jud tagi-call, natay cause nagi-fight and this is like ang power sa storytelling jud kay ma-captivate ang audience.
And I think most na ang pinaka-nice with the UP students,
True.
no? Kay in whatever area that we go through, may it be in film, may it be in performing, we always have this heart to
Excel.
heart to
True.
excel and to call for action and aron iduso ang atong mga panawagan
True.
aron sa aron mas mapalanog pagyud ang mga calls sa atong mga people, no, and puhon mapangitaan og solusyon.
Dili lang to excel but excel with honor and excellence.
That is right.
Kasunod puhon kay si France na dira
Hoy!
best actress ba kaha?
Puhon.
Puhon Maing Lawas. So mo na
Mga
ato
dyan.
ang discussion today ang kun mahulog sa sulog. Thank you so much for us for taking the time to share this
Yes.
wonderful film. I hope
That
that
is
we could
right.
watch this soon.
And also, it's so nice to hear the stories and expertise of our here at UP Sugbo.
True. Expertise natong duha.
Natong duha
Mura jud
and
kita ang
the
nagsulat, no?
expertise of the Ugmad Prod.
True.
Thank you
Amen.
very much.
Now for the latest chicas in the world of show business.
Taylor Swift album leak caused a social media ban. Online reporters of an early leak of Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poet Department, have created some controversy on social media sites. Site X reacted quickly and restricted researches for Taylor Swift leak. We have our resident Chekadora, Franche Lim, for the latest updates.
Check ang audio. Lord, kung mapag-up ng issue, mabati ka rin.
Wala video. Wala lagi. Wala background.
Mag-up mo.
Kasi hina, kusog na ito na. Kusog na kayo.
Hindi, balik-balik ka na. Lord, may differences ka sa sound card.
Kana daw.
Hmm?
Kana. Madungkan daw ta. No?
For the latest updates in sports, Lady Spikers rallied to tie for the lead after beating Lady Falcons. In a dramatic showdown, the LaSalle Lady Spikers came from behind to secure a crucial victory against the Adamson Lady Falcons, resulting in a three-way tie atop the UAAP Season 86 Women's Volleyball Tournament standings. Here is Emilia Tuazon for the latest action in sports.
At the Smart Araneta Coliseum, the LaSalle Lady Spikers battling against the Adamson Lady Falcons. This win propels LaSalle National University and the University of Santo Tomas into a three-way tie with identical 10-2 win-loss records, intensifying the competition for the top spots. The top two teams will secure the highly sought-after twice-to-beat advantage in the playoffs. Giovanna leads the Lady Spikers with an impressive 24-point performance, while Julia Coronel showcases stellar playmaking skills with 19 excellent sets. On the opposing side, Jen Villegas spearheads the Lady Falcons attack with 16 points, supported by Jamili and Juegos, who contribute 11 and 10 markers respectively. Despite initially trailing in the first set, La Salle regroups and displays championship form in the subsequent sets, clinching victory in a dominant fashion. The defeat pushes the soaring Falcons down to a 3-9 record for the season, as they aim to rebound against NU on April 20th at the Phil Sports Arena. Looking ahead, La Salle set to face the Ateneo Blue Eagles on Sunday at the Big Dome, aiming to maintain their momentum and secure a favorable position on the tournament standings. This is Emilia Tuazon, DYUP Sugbo, Kauban Nimo.
For the recap,
C-Select's Guadalupe ramp construction gains support from affected residents.
Filipinos must adopt energy-saving measures, says government.
Flooding continues to impact Dubai.
Lady Spikers rally to tie for the lead after beating Lady Falcons.
Taylor Swift's album leak causes social media ban.
Those were the top stories for today's broadcast. Thank you for listening to Sci-IO UP Cebu.
The beat of campus, the Pulsam News.
Once again, this has been Yusuf Bovero.
And this has been Franz Clarine Abrelia.
You've been listening to 98.9
DYUP Sugbo, Kauban Nimo.
Thank you, Kaayo.
Thank you, good job.
Chapter
Wait lang. Lord, wait lang.
Ano sa problem sa Oble? Actually, pero kay wala na tayo music sa stream.
Thank you, Reeve.
Yes.
Thank you, Riz.
Wala
Sir,
lang
pwede
po.
ko pa-pause.
I'm sorry. Yeah, ako lang i-kuhan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
04, 19, 24, 30.
Di nasa yung siya. Dito naman kay wala na play music sa stream. Matang ano daw.
Ikaw. Your...
Balik naman na ikaw rin.
Ikaw.
Sige.
Kay...
Harap ako.
Ari na ko kay mabog init kayo.
Init kayo bitaw.
Ara. Ari na ko. Ari na ko? Masa klase?
Di mo. Igo lang ko mo fix ano load sa episode ng mga balik ko trabaho.
Pero ang pre-recorded sa OBS kay nari tingog.
Mana siya ka nata karon. Ikaw na kayo klase karon?
Wala. Mumitang ari ko.
Nice.
Ayan siya dito.
Start na ni kanina ko.
Pwede raw. Late naman sa Mega Sugod. Oh, 10:59 na gani. Start na lang.
Start na no? Ha?
Poems, short stories, and all things literature. Serving you literary delights. Storybites, bite-sized tales, endless possibilities. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Storybites. Today's episode is a special one because joining us today is Therese Villarante, poet, songwriter, storyteller, among other things. Therese Villarante's book, Girl with a Broken String, combines art and music with her storytelling and is one of the main topics of today's interview. Before the interview, an excerpt from the book will be read to us by Minnie K, so we can get a taste of what you can expect from it. We are open to receive submissions to read your literary works on the show. Check the DYUP Sugbo page for more details. And now, for our reading segment.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello? Anybody here? Are you here? February 16, 2018, 10:29 p.m. So here it goes. Jay, we are a scattered 1,000-piece puzzle now. All that's left are tiny square images of us. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know how to feel about this. Jay, we were a permanent picture of two people sitting on the old blue couch in my living room. My cheek on your shoulder as you reach for the cheese-flavored popcorn on your lap. That was what we did every Saturday. We binge-watched all the TV shows that tickled our fancy. You would bring your hard drive loaded with indie films. The lesser-known film, the better. You said it was like being on a good secret. A close thing to having something rare. I love that you shared that with me. Yeah, sometimes I slept through a few of them. But I always went above and beyond with the snacks, right? Classic M&Ms and M&Ms with nuts and root beer and taters popcorn and the unhealthiest garlic and cheese overloaded carbonara. And I'd rave about the best lines we came across in scriptwriting history. Like, I knew you'd be good. I am for you. From Jack Goes Boating That One Weekend. With the curtains drawn over the windows, the room flickered with light from the TV and our shadows combined with the furniture. We'd say our best lines to each other too. Then everything just burst at the seams. You disappeared, Jay. I woke up without your good morning one day. I called you on your phone, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Viber. I reached out on every social media account you had. And in every single one of them, you didn't answer. It's been nearly 2 months since you disappeared. So I sent you this blog link on your Facebook Messenger. Because I've been trying to reassemble us. Put them back again. The you and me before. When everything was easy to understand. And our sole purpose was to enjoy a movie together. Now, I don't know which pieces still go together. Where's your smile? That laugh? Those eyes? They must still be here somewhere. I try to fill this silence, the gaps of my emptied living room, with hope that in the end, you miss me too, wherever you are. It gets harder and harder each day to not feel this ache, Jay. I've been convincing myself that any time now, you'll come back. Everything will fall into place again. Because what we had was like being in a good secret. The closest thing to having something rare. I thought about that ticket you gave me for my birthday a year ago. Made of yellow construction paper that you drew on with colored pencils. It guaranteed a lifetime's worth of free tickets to the cinema with you for as long as we both shall live. Well, yesterday I watched the Black Panther movie. Alone. I wished so badly you were there with me. Suddenly, there was a lump in my throat so huge I had to hold on to my seat or it would have completely overtaken me. I would have been sobbing when T'Challa was hurled over the waterfall by Killmonger. But I didn't. It still translated weird though. I was hyperventilating. My heart pounded so uncontrollably. It should have skyrocketed out of my chest and burst through the movie screen. My seatmate turned to look at me bewildered. I offered her an apologetic smile. She leaned into her friend and as far from me as possible. I hope she thought I was just a deeply, deeply devoted fan. Wakanda forever! I hate how it's now so silly to think that you'd be here with me. When did that happen? I hate that instead of talking to you every night, all I have is this blog now. You have grown quiet. I do not know what to make of this. I've decided to provide the soundtracks while I wait for what you leave unsaid, Jay. I've been writing songs lately. Yes, it's been a while since I've written one, and I'm sorry you weren't there to see it. It was never that I lacked inspiration when I was with you. It was just being the song for once. So this is a desperate attempt for you to hear me somehow. Come back. Speak. Listen. I grant you the courtesy of knowing that I'm still in love with you. I'm still here. Love, Sam. February 17, 2018. 11:42 p.m. Prelude. Sleeplessly writing this lullaby. Jay, it's another day of wondering if tomorrow I'll be without you still. Eventually, my body will surrender to sleep. But again and again, I'd come up to its surface as if I rose with sadness from under me. I'd be woken up with the loud thought that you don't love me, Jay. I'm afraid that it is in those moments I'm actually being honest with myself. Did once upon a time happen only just once upon that time? What happens now, Jay? Is our love story only meant to break my heart? I know that your silence should be loud enough for me to understand what I'm afraid to hear you say. But I'm holding on to the smallest possibility that what you leave unsaid is because you don't want to say it. I haven't cried, not once, since you left. I refuse to. Because isn't that surrender? Isn't that grieving for what is truly lost? I'm writing songs instead. Today, I wrote a song about what I imagined you'd say to me if you were here. I asked a friend to sing it for me. I just need to hear it so badly from someone other than these voices in my head. Somewhere, with all this star and moon and night sky, you must be sleeping soundly. And yes, part of me can't keep lying to myself. The truth is that you don't say goodnight anymore. Good night, Jay. Love, Sam.
I know you want me to think of you sometimes. I know you want to think I dream of you at night. But thoughts are just dreams that you weave in your mind, and dreams are just memories you can't leave behind. I hope that you find me soon, but for now, think of me, thinking of you.
February 18, 2018, 11:46 p.m. Jay, I've held my heart back far too many times, but it was never that case with you. I didn't know how to deserve you at first, but I also didn't know how I could ever allow myself to lose you. I dove head first. We began building our lovely routines, and imagined how we'd grow with every surprise life would throw at us. Most of all, I imagined having us together in between everything. Boring? Us. Ordinary? Us. Extraordinary? Us. We were still at the start, Jay. We were at the fun part. Surprise grab food deliveries, handwritten love letters, an excellent back and forth of daily memes, jeepney ride conversations, fast food dates, stealing kisses when you dropped me home. When I think about how I love you, I wish for moments where it could be much deeper. I wish for more chances to show you, Jay, that I wasn't just in it for the fireworks. I wish, with all my heart, you know that I want to make you happy. I want you to know I'm holding on even more when it's no longer fun. That I'll keep loving you, Jay. That's what I'm doing now. I really wish you were here to see it. Please give me new days, new nights, and chances to be better at loving you. I want you to be what I'm good at. So I'm singing you this song, Jay. It's yours. I'm rehearsing for when you come back. Love, Sam.
You by the moonlight, me in the pouring rain, but you with that big smile, and me with my heart down the drain. You with your hand open and out, me with my fear of fight and falling down. We took a chance, we're off the ground. My 10,000 hours have finally begun. Start counting at one, you see in 10,000 hours I learn how to fly with you by my side. I learn how to love in 10,000 hours. With those sweet words, like soft breeze upon my face, and me with the dreamy eyes, believing everything that you say. I'll make you proud, I'll write you songs that I'll sing out loud, and you can sing along. You'll know in time that we belong. I'll show you why in 10,000 hours. You'll know I'm the one you need in your arms. Just give me 10,000 hours. I'll learn how to fly with you by my side. I'll learn how to be your New York Times bestseller. You one big hit, you're a world wonder. You'll know in 10,000 hours. I'll win the crown, I'll get the part. I'll be that Oscar-winning star. For now I'm learning the art in 10,000 hours. Soon I'll be a pro in finding your funny bone. Just give me 10,000 hours, 'cause we've only begun. So start counting at one, right up to 10,000 hours. You'll know I'm the one you need in your arms. Just give me 10,000 hours. I learn how to fly with you by my side. I learn how to love in 10,000 hours. Just give me 10,000 hours.
So that was an excerpt from Girl with a Broken String. So today we are with the author, Miss Therese Villarante, for a quick interview and a learning session about the creative process of how this book was made.
That is right. And without further ado, Miss, let's ask you the first question, Miss. In your talk earlier, you said something to the extent of, don't wait to be good at something before you start it. You don't have to be good at it and enjoy it. So What are some things that you're not necessarily good at but enjoy, Miss?
Okay, just correction, you don't have to be good at it to enjoy it. Yeah. A lot, actually. I'm not good at dancing, but I decided still to join theater. Theater is life-changing. I love how you collaborate together when you're in theater. I love the people in theater. And yeah, even though I am not a good dancer, I still really loved the process of learning learning how to dance. But yeah, at the same time, you know, it doesn't even have to be like part of theater or performing on stage, but just the mere act of even dancing alone in your own room, that's amazing. Yeah, so just doing things that you enjoy even though you don't conventionally excel at it. Kay mao man gud na ang ato ang pananaw or na ingrained sa ato ba, like especially for Disney kids, like let's say for example, the only way or ang ato ang perception of success is that you have to be like a master or an expert or win accolades when you love to do something. But I really believe that the things that we love, it's for us to enjoy, whether or not we become masters or experts at it. So whatever you love to do, just enjoy. If you love to sing, even though you sing off-key, sing anyway. If you want to dance, even though you're not a great dancer, dance anyway. That's what I think.
Honestly, that is so inspiring to push through even though you really don't know much of it or much about the activity, just because you just love doing it. Diba?
That's right.
And with that, what inspired you to start writing or become a writer, and how did you begin your writing journey?
I think I was inspired to be a writer because ever since I really loved storytelling. Ang akong mama ang nagpasiugda jud kay numdum ko bata pa ko, 3 years old, 4 years old. Pinmidyo ko niya basahan og Lady Bird classic. So,
that's so
Bambi, Little Mermaid, even ang version ni Hans Christian Andersen, which is kanang difficult to understand as a child, but I really loved reading because of that. And if you think ba, basahan kag Bambi, bata pa ka, di ba, kanang bugat kaayo siya? But it's also like a way of seeing the world. And at the same time, nalingaw lang jud kaayo ko sa storytelling because mas tako kaayo ang kalibutan when you're reading books. You know, reading books, naglingkod ra ka, mura siya kanang stagnant kaayo nga activity, naara ka dira, naglingkod, but daghan na kaayo ang mahitabo as a reader, like reading Hunger Games by Susan Collins. Kanang grabe when you are a reader, kay kanang you get to live 1,000 lives and go to so many places in and out of Earth.
That's right, Miss.
Yes.
No? And since we're already talking about storytelling, Miss, and reading books, do you by any chance have a favorite literary work, and what is your favorite genre to read or to write, Miss?
That's so many. Daghan jud kayo. Okay. Favorite kay nako nga essayist si Amy, I don't know if this is how you pronounce her name, Amy Neshukumatatil, World of Wonders. I love Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic. Favorite poet kaayo nako si Hanif Abdurraqib, Sarah K, Phil K. Yeah, actually daghan jud. Cindy Velasquez, the writers here sa Cebu. Edith Tiampo, I also really love her work. Marjorie Evasco. So yeah, Susan Collins. I can go on and on.
And Miss, you mentioned earlier that you fell in love with storytelling because of your parents as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I read it in your dedication.
Yes.
To Mama and Papa, my first storyteller. It's very cute. I love that. And I'd like to ask, as a storyteller yourself now, I love your creative mind on how you decided to make it a multimedia book. I'd like to ask on your writing style. What would you say is your writing style, and do you have like steps into how you write and how you stay focused? How do you like manage your writer's block or anything like that?
I think when it comes to my own writing, what I realized as a writer is that I really love using simple language. But then, you know, the complexity of adulthood and coming of age, getting to know yourself, your identity, it's all within that simple language or simple way of writing it. Simplest of words, I forgot who said it. I think it's the author sa Wrinkle in Time. Ingon siya nga, when the idea is so complex, write it for children. Okay, you're using the simplest language, but then all of those very big, elaborate adult ideas ba, kanang simplified in language, for me, is a very powerful and accessible way of communicating. And that's why I really love Sarah Kay. Because it feels like it's very simple use of language, pero grabe kaayo kalawm madaka ba sa iyahang writing. Lawm kaayo ang imuhang maadtuan just by the use of simple language. And I also really love the use of metaphors and images. Some of my poems, when I say that, I have My Heart the Astronaut, like it's about your heart being an astronaut, wanting to go to the moon, but then ikaw as a person, you don't allow. Okay, yeah, so stuff like that. I have poems like Ocean, about the metaphor of the ocean. So I love using images and metaphors as well in my writing. Yeah.
Since we're talking about writing styles and techniques to do that, Miss, what do you find challenges, Miss, about your struggles in terms of writing, Miss? So, what do you find challenging about writing, Miss? And how do you overcome those challenges, Miss?
Daghan kayo challenges, no? Kung writer ka or when you're a creative. But I think, for me, it comes down to ako being my worst enemy. I'm someone who has anxiety, so it's very instinctive for me to be fearful of creating. I think a lot, or I worry a lot about what other people might think about my work. I worry that it's not perfect. I worry nga, I feel nga, I think I can do better, so I never release it because I always think I can do better. So, for me, it's always an achievement and a testament to self-belief and courage whenever I finish something, because it means that I won that war with fear. I won that war over insecurity. So, I think that's what happens. Also, ma-relate ko sa imong question na about writer's block, because I think that's what a lot of writers go through. When it comes to writer's block, it's part of the process. We have to accept that it's part of the process. So that's no longer a problem because it's normal, because it's part of the process. And I think my solution, or the way that I go about it in a healthy way, is that when I have writer's block, I stop writing. It means that it's time to rest. You stop writing. So you nourish your body. You also nourish your mind. So what I do is, when I'm, like, let's say I'm writing something, maybe I read something that is related to what I'm trying to write. I gather inspiration from other inspiring storytellers. So when I come back to my empty page, then I have something mapuno nako ba. I am able to fill my cup again.
Yes,
yeah.
That's a pretty healthy way, Jud, Miss, no, to deal with problems like that. Kay, you know, it's great to take a break good with things good. Kay, you know, it's gonna be so stressful if you keep on doing it when your brain is not working. So I think that's that's such a healthy way, Miss, to work on.
And actually, Miss, I noticed a lot of ironic things you said earlier, how you struggle with anxiety. But now, guys, they're actually around Cebu for a book tour. They still have 4 stops. Currently, they're here in UP Cebu, which we're very much honored. And I also heard you say earlier how you love, with your writing style, you love to use simple words. And I love that because you get to connect with more people, especially the youth, teens, college students, and all that. And I'd like to read a line I loved earlier that she read during her book tour. It's, "For wanting you to be happy, but not understanding that it's without me." Like, just from that line, it really is like composed simply, but it reached so much depth, and I love that. And going back to the ironic things, the approach of the book is also very cute, and everyone, if you'd like to buy, you can get to check out their book tour. They're selling their books as well, and a lot of other merch. And I'd like to ask, what was the creative process of how did you decide to make it a multimedia book, and why is it so cute on the outside, but honestly, I read a few parts of it. It really cuts deep.
Yeah.
What was the creative process in making that?
Okay. So it really started with Song on a Broken String. That's a song that Jude Gitamundok and we collaborated on year 2014 because he wanted to write a song for Ivy Galyur, who, di ba, nadungganin niyo siya.
Yes.
Grabe, she is such a brilliant singer. So I'm a fan of both. So I decided, okay, I will collaborate with Jude. Even though at the time, bago pa ko manuwatay og kanta.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was so afraid. I feel like the things I contribute ba. I was scared nga kanang it wouldn't be good enough. But Jude is such a gift, Jude, sa artist diri sa Cebu. He really helped me with my writing as well. So, ni-contribute ko sa akong mga ideas, and we finished Song on a Broken String, and because we really fell in love with that song, we decided to build a story around it. So, unsa may mahitabo, mura siya ganang working backwards. So, we already have the final song. So, sige, what happens to this character to get to that final song? And we decided nga, okay, this character, she's gonna be a songwriter, and then I wrote the story, and we also co-wrote the songs together in the book. And it first started out as a legit blog musical. Is it okay to name kuan here
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It was a Tumblr.
Yeah.
We posted on Tumblr, and it was happening in real time. I didn't even edit much. It was just play. It was just fun. So all for fun na jud kaayo siya ang sinugdanan. I wrote the story on Tumblr, and then we recorded the songs that we decided would be part of the story, and then real time after nako og kanang suwat sa Tumblr kay share din mo sa Facebook. And yeah, it was so fun. We started it 2014. We also finished it 2014.
Wow.
And we even have a little presentation sa Handuraw. Asa na ito nga Handuraw? Tuol diri before old nga Handuraw. And what happened was that 2019, Jude wanted to create a book musical. Yeah, he asked us if we were open to that idea ba kami ni M. And yeah, we were go kayo mi for another wild adventure. So like I said a while ago nga, when I was writing the book, I was Sam the Heartbroken, but when I edited it, I was already her big sister. Kaya I edited it unsa naman ako edad atoy kanang it was already 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like your journey.
Yeah. So kanang it was a long journey, but it was also a very fulfilling one, and moreover very fun journey.
That's so cute, no? Like it's
I love
really
the
unique
story.
to have a book, not just words in it, but rather there's more to it, like there's songs and whatsoever. And since we're already talking about songs, Miss, does your songwriting serve as a form of advocacy? And if yes, Miss, which causes are most significant to you?
I think it really doesn't start out as that, because when you're writing stories, you're telling your truth, right? So when you're telling your truth, eventually it does become an advocacy, and ada na ka makarealize ba nga kanang like what you said a while ago, it seems ironic nga kanang you have anxiety but then you're going on book tours. Yeah. I really think nga ang ato ganing greatest struggles ara pud ka na to ang greatest strengths. And for me, it really is with fear, kay grabe jud, overwhelming kaayo ang fear para sa ako. Like it physically manifests whenever I know I'm about to give a presentation. I already feel it physically like a few days pa before the presentation. So paralyzing ang fear para sa ako. But what happens is that I try to over-prepare. But now I do that in a more healthy way. But also, kanang just telling yourself nga, you're doing this because you know that you have an important thing to say. And so for me, my advocacy is with mental health. It's also just really pride ba nga as a Bisaya kanang sa mga Bisaya nga kanta nga kanang writing in a language wherein you can best express your stories. So for this one, it's English, but for other songs like My Morena Girl or Boklab, it's definitely Bisaya. Yes, I co-wrote that with Jude. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The shocked
Yes.
faces.
Yeah,
Oh my God, what
I
an honor.
co-wrote that with Jude Gitawundok.
Oh my gosh, what an honor to be in the same room as you.
Oh, Lord. I'm very honored to be here as well. You said a while ago I was the first author.
Yes. Oh my God.
Exactly my reaction. I got starstruck so suddenly. But yeah, earlier I'm an artist myself, but my craft is different. It's not in writing. But I do agree with what you said earlier, how most of artists, their biggest fear is, other people's opinions on their craft. And that's why I also love what you said, how our greatest strengths are embedded in our greatest fears, because I always keep it in mind to myself as well to seek discomfort, because it's where you'll probably grow the most. And going back to the book, I really love how intentional the things are, even though it's colored in cute little blues and pastels. And I really love the animation as well. I was honored enough to meet the illustrator as well. I really love how intentional it is, and for example, the signature at the end of every letter, how it's
that's M's decision, M Sonoria.
I
the
love,
illustrator.
Yes. So before writing this book, you mentioned earlier that it was actually for fun lang unta, and then I love how that was the story, how it turned out to be this brilliant masterpiece. And how I'd like to ask, aside from the creative process, how was it collaborating with these artists, songwriters, animators? They're actually the people who worked in this book are actually credited at the end, so you get to see the background of each one. And there's also musicians. Yes, earlier they performed during the book tour, which I really loved. So I'd like to ask about the collaborative process as well. So how was that for everyone?
It was really fun. I think it's important that when you collaborate with somebody, it's people that you respect, people you admire, your friends basically. So basically, let's embrace imperfection. Yes. It was a really. I had a really fun time. It's still work, but for the most part, when I'm working with Jude and Em and Ivy, Daryl, Pada, I'm just really so inspired and grateful to work with these people. Up until now, honored kayo ko to be in their presence and to learn from them. I just want to be a sponge and soak up everything.
All the learnings.
They're brilliant. They're brilliant at what they do, and I love being around brilliant people. Okay, you just learn so much. Yeah,
exactly.
So fun ang process.
Just to follow up on that, I'd like to ask: was there any conflict on ideas with how you want this certain thing to come out, but they also like it differently? Like, how did you sort that out? How did you come up with this exact copy of the book?
I think naaman siya na when it comes to collaboration. Art is kanang subject siya to preference ba?
Yes,
nga
of
there
course,
are
yes.
things nga you like, and then the other person ganahan sa siya ingon ani. But when it comes to the things that we create, we always bear in mind nga you have to serve the story. So it doesn't matter whose idea it is. If it elevates the story, then we follow that. We leave our ego out of the room. Kay important sa amo ang sige, what will serve the story best. Some of my ideas make it onto the lyrics. Some of them kay mas craft put, and that's okay, because as long as it makes it better, then para sa ako mo na pinaka-importante that it serves the story that you're trying to create.
Yeah, so I guess you really have to have this certain goal, like all of you have, so that you get to produce a book that everyone agrees with and is satisfied with. Like,
Yes, and we're talking about production, Miss No. So I'm curious about how long did it take for the full copy of the book, like the production process, or the writing of the lyrics and everything.
dili man I don't think I can like accurately say kay kuan mga chamrek, it started 2014, finished 2014, and then there was like this huge lull in the middle, and then we picked it up na pod 2019. So 2019 nahuman na mo siya sa month na pod of actually publishing it, June 2023. Yeah.
okay.
I'm really bad at math, so I cannot compute right away.
So that's basically 9 years of on and off of production.
Yes, yes.
But still, despite the very long time, no, we get to publish it. We get to publish a very well
So,
created.
but when was this exactly published?
June 2023.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Bago lang.
Yes, very bago lang, actually. I really love how you guys composed this and the artworks as well.
Yes,
So
Sonoria's illustration.
And it's also not gonna be so confusing, Miss No, kay na may dates.
Yes. Actually, even the dates, for us, it was also very intentional. Kay ako as writer, I love putting things like that ba nga, kind of make the story more believable. Like if you zone into it, like based on her emotional state, unsa man ni orasa, basta ingon aning orasa nagsakit jud ni siya. Basta musuwat siya ginaning orasa,
Pag alas
kay okay na siya.
Pag alas GT. Tinggool na alas
Sa
GT.
desperation pa, every day jud siya musuwat. And then when she starts to heal, kay alam, makita na to ni different 9 dates. So things like that. Yeah.
It's so intentional. I love how even the
The
smallest
little
details
details.
adds up to the story. I really love that part.
As in, so nice. And since we've already talked about everything, basically everything, no? Diba? We've asked the process, the struggles, of course, of making the book. We'd like to ask for some words, Miss No. What are your advices that you would like to give to aspiring writers, especially for us from Com?
Yeah,
we're from
freshies
actually
from
from Com Freshie. So, what would be your advice to those people who are basically starting to write their own stories?
For me, not my greatest. I cannot like unsa my greatest na kong advice. But one of the things that really helped me, like, especially right now, is just really showing up. Sometimes in your own writing, it will not go your way. I realized gani nga daghan jud kay struggles as a writer. Kay sometimes I will sit on my desk for an entire day and come up with nothing. And makaingon jud ka nga lisod jud nga creative ka kay you can actually try and pour your whole heart and mind into it, pero if wala jud. But at the same time, sometimes it's gonna be easy, sometimes it's gonna be difficult, but the most important part for me is just to really show up. Even when I don't feel like it, I try to make it a practice. But again, if it's kanang maminaw kasi imong lawas ba nga kapoy na, so you rest. Dili maayo pod nga kana ganing grabe kaayo ta ka heavy-handed sa ato ang kaugalingon. Rest is so important and it's so nourishing. So para sa ako, show up for the work, but at the same time listen pod sa imong kaugalingon. Practice kindness towards yourself, because you cannot write if you are if you are someone tired. So it's very important.
You have to take care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself and showing up for the work.
So, Miss, I'm also an avid fan of self-help books, though this is a novel, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of wrapped as a self-help as well.
I
because
love that.
That's how I interpret the book.
I never thought of that, but I love that.
I feel like you heal along with the character, and I love that. So, what would be your message for those people who might be going through the same thing that Sam is going through? Like a heartbreak, their very first heartbreak, let's just say. Or maybe not a heartbreak, but like a falling apart. What would you advise them, or any kind words for our listeners?
I actually wrote a song about that in the book. It's called Feel. The only way to heal is to feel. I've also read mga anxiety books ba, and there was a line there nga really ni strike jud ba for me. And it was that when you're an anxious person, it doesn't mean nga mas daghan ka og emotion sa tao nga tupan nimo. It just means that there are a lot of feelings that wala nimo gi-allow imong kaugalingon to feel. And for me, that resonated with me because I do that. I suppress a lot of my sadness, a lot of my anger. You know, when you're an eldest daughter, you do that, right? So yes, that's my tendency. That's what I tend to do. I-suppress na ko sila ba. But then I decided, I even wrote that song during COVID. I was positive. The positive ko sa COVID, yeah. So when I was writing that, I really allowed myself to feel it. Just allow yourself to feel it. Like, if it's sadness, if it's grief, it's still practicing kindness towards yourself. Nga. Allow yourself to be sad. You don't have to be happy all the time, to be strong all the time. If you need to just, turn off the lights and just cry, allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to feel. Because that's the only way that we heal, if we allow ourselves to feel deeply.
Yes, I love that. That is so comforting because for some people, I guess, not everyone recognizes that they're hurting, or sometimes they mask it with toxic positivity just to say that I'm happy, I'm okay, I'm alright. And sometimes I guess I agree with you, Miss, because we really just have to feel it. We just have to go through it to get past it.
And like there are different ways to feel it. Like you can journal, you can maybe listen to that song on repeat. I don't know what that song is. Listen to that song on repeat.
Well, we all have that one song. We all have that one song.
Yeah. Or maybe talking with a friend, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
It's honestly so true. And of course, it's very comforting to know, through the talking and rin ganina nga. It's nice to, it validates mga good miss. Basically, ang imong gisalti ganina kay mo validate gyud sa atong among mga breakdowns, especially as students here in UP. So as students, we struggle jud miss a lot. We juggle lots of things, org life, personal life. ACADS, of course, it's very validating. It's okay jud to take some rest, although you have to forget about all the ACAD things that you have to do. You have to unya na lang na, later na lang na you have to rest first. So it's very validating, Miss. No, those kind words from you, Miss. Very validating. And also from earlier's event, Miss program, we asked some of the attendees there if they had questions for you. So we have here one question from Ate Francine. I think you talked to her earlier. She asked do you have a ritual on how to ignite your creativity, Miss?
It's really hard for creatives to continually have that creative juice, and
even to start.
Exactly.
Even to start.
Yeah. I said sa talk a while ago is that creativity is not solely creating and performing. Kitang tanan creative ta. And I think it's great to be aware kung what type of creativity, like creative act, like really fuels you and energizes you. To practice that. Let's say for me, reading. I love to read. I love to write in my journal. It's my way of igniting my creativity, but also just really immersing myself in the work of great storytellers. Like a movie I really loved recently, kay Katojong, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Beautiful, beautifully
amazingly
executed, as in very masterful. So stuff like that, geeking out over things that make your heart feel full. Musicals, Hamilton, stuff like that. Yeah.
We have another question, Miss, from Justin. Are you planning to adapt this book into a musical, Miss? Since we're already talking about musicals.
Yes, actually, we're already working on it.
Oh
yeah,
my God!
We're not sure how. We're not sure how because theater is expensive. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, like having a musical here, but it can be very expensive. But sa ako amang good, moabot ra na if kanang mahuman na, like money and stuff like that. Moabot ra dyan na siya. You just have to finish the work. So yeah, we're working on it.
And also, we are looking forward for it, Miss. So go na,
manifesting.
Watch out for the musical.
Hashtag manifesting.
Yes, we love it, Miss. And I think that concludes all our questions. Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. All right.
But before we go into our last question, I'd like to ask Miss, if you can tell our viewers as well, where will the book tour take you? Where can they find you? And maybe what are the next projects they'll get to see your name on?
Okay. For this book tour, we're going to USJR. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to bring my organizer. Everything's there, but yeah, we're going to USJR. We're also gonna be at Solares, sa Ayala Central Block. That's gonna be this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't know unsa man ang a date. That's April
I think 20?
18, 19, 20.
I think that's the date.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's pull up a calendar, guys.
Can I get my organizer? I think nadadi na po.
Sure, Miss.
It's okay.
I live by this organizer.
I love how you're such an organized writer. Love that.
Yeah, because when I don't put it on paper, it's just so messy. Dili na ako makatrace.
Yeah. I also have. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I just want to geek out. I have this Hobonichi Teko cousin organizer.
Oh.
Yeah. It's color coded and stuff. Okay, so this 18, 19, and 20, we're gonna be at Central Block Ayala, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're selling our book and merch there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I also have a talk this 19th. It's gonna be 6:30 to 7 p.m. Same talk on creativity also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I have a workshop sa CNU this 22nd. And then another school tour sa USJR on the 19th. 23 sa Talisay City College. 24 sa UC Banilad. And then Patrons of the Arts sa 27 and 28 sa SMC side. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places to look forward, no? So
Exactly.
watch out, guys.
Yeah, but if they want to buy the book, they can just go to m.me/girlwithabrokenstring.
Guys, write that down and buy now. Write that down and buy now. Kuya, what was your...
Oh, yes. So for the final question, it's not necessarily a question. I wanted to get your reaction because I came across this review from Goodreads on your book. And it reads something like this. It's a bit long, so give some time, but it is fairly beautiful. It's written as like a letter to Sam.
Aww.
Yeah. So I'll just read it now. So, Sam, it was in early 2016 when I became acquainted with you. It's when I stumbled upon the enchanting melodies of 10,000 Hours and started following your journey. From the day we crossed paths, our journey has been nothing short of transformative. With each turn of the page, I found myself engrossed in your struggles and triumphs. I found inspiration in your resilience and courage. I've learned and grown with you. As I've watched you blossom, you've become a source of wisdom and growth for me. And I want to reciprocate that kindness by sharing a secret. Well, okay. This is a comment from me. Okay, sorry we're sharing this to an audience. But okay. By sharing a secret. I haven't personally experienced romantic heartbreak, Sam. I recognize that it can be profoundly challenging and painful, but I have yet to comprehend the depth of its sting. I sometimes wonder how I would fare if faced with such adversity. But following your journey and seeing you fiercely confront and navigate through heartbreak is inspiring. I can only hope to handle heartbreak with the same grace and determination you've shown if I were presented with it, God forbid. Delving deeper and deeper into the pages of your story, I learned that heartbreak can manifest in many forms. The way you battled anxiety struck a chord within me. As I grappled with my fears, I constantly wondered if I could break free from the confines of my room and share something meaningful with the world. I distinctly remember the first time I was called to sing in public. The nerves overwhelmed me, and I couldn't shake the anxiety that gripped my heart. Moments before the event began, my fear reached its peak, and I succumbed to the pressure. So I withdrew bailed on the competition before the first contestant even graced the stage. But again, Sam, you reminded me that I'm not alone in my struggles. Witnessing your unwavering determination to face your fears and create something remarkable instilled a newfound sense of hope within me. Seeing you muster the courage to cope with anxiety and harness it as fuel for self-expression and growth fills me with the belief that I too can summon the strength to navigate my path to growth and create self-discovery. I will try, Sam. For me, I'll allow myself to be vulnerable, even if it means to be laughed at. I'll find strength in vulnerability and use it to create something extraordinary. You're out there now, Sam. Your story is published for the world to read. I have no doubt that you'll pull many more heartstrings. I know you hope by now how grateful I am to know you. I will forever cherish the first time I listened to 10,000 Hours in 2016. Little did I know that then it, along with the entire Grabs playlist, would become a soundtrack to my own journey, resonating with my struggles and offering solace in times of uncertainty. Thank you for your influence and inspiration in my life. Thank you for everything. Love, Honey.
Aw. Yeah, I actually read that before, and up until now, I really hold on to that kind of kindness that you're shown by people. Yeah.
What's your reaction when you heard that? When did you first hear that, actually?
Honey is my former student.
Oh,
Yeah. And every now and then she'd leave comments on Facebook posts. Yeah. She's so encouraging ba.
Really
And yeah,
beautiful.
I sometimes I check Goodreads. So I read it there. So yeah, she posted that on a blog also, I think. Yeah, that's where I read it, and I was so grateful, and I also sent her a message thanking her for that. Never gets old, right? When someone encourages you, and there are so many safe spaces found in other people.
It's such an empowering thing and such an exhilarating thing to hear something like that. I've like a few years before, I made these videos on YouTube for like a video game called Voxel, right? And there was this one project that I took a year of, like a solid year of, to make this, and even like 2 or 3 years later, I would still get comments from some people saying that seeing this video and seeing such the stories that people can have in this game, this video that you made is what inspired me to play this game, and it's such an endearing thing to me. It's one of the things that keeps me like going on and wanting to create. Do you get that kind of feeling often?
Definitely. And I keep telling my students, my former students, I'm no longer teaching now, but I'd always tell them, if you have something nice to say, just say it, right? Because that can make someone's day, and it can be something that people need in that very moment, something you can hold on to. So if you have something nice to say, just say it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You honestly deserve the kindest words, because that is so comforting to hear. Also, I love how you give off the safe space as well. As a person, you really do give off a safe space, and I love that. And yeah, okay.
And I think that concludes. Last question, Miss. Did you have dinner?
We will after this.
I haven't even had lunch yet.
Oh my gosh. You take care of yourself.
Huwag ko siya na dinner.
I think na may snacks dito.
Thank you.
All right, so that was A Girl with a Broken String by Therese Villarante. Thank you so much, Miss.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
We had a really great time, John. As in, lingaw kayo, me. Thank you, UP. Thank you, Sir Con, tapos sala. People sa UP, thank you kayo for having us. We're so grateful.
Thank you as well, and to your team as well. We're very much honored to have you here as well.
and just to reiterate, it will be April the 19th when this episode will be published. So just remind our listeners and our viewers like what events later on in the month and in the next month that they can look forward to regarding your book.
Yeah.
You can open your planner
yeah.
again.
I need to. My mind is all over the place. I cannot. We'll be at Solaris. Ayala Central Block, 18, 19, and 20, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I have a talk on creativity for those who want to watch that. It'll be this 19th, 6:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. Still the same venue sa Ayala Central Block. Yeah. And then we're gonna be at the Patrons of the Arts Cebu 2024 sa SM Seaside Sky Hall, April 27 to 28, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. as well. Yeah.
All right.
And if you want to buy our book, that's m.me/girl with a broken string.
All right.
Also, please follow us.
Yes, sure, Miss Gomez.
Yeah, our Instagram and our Facebook, Girl with a Broken String, and my Instagram as well, Therese Little Stories.
Oh, that's cute.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Salamat.
This concludes today's interview with Therese Villarante on her book Girl with a Broken String. For those interested, you may follow both the book and the author on their respective social media. The book's music is available on YouTube and Spotify, which we'll link in the show notes. To learn more about the author, you may visit theresevillarante.com. This has been episode 8 of Storybites. We hope you enjoyed listening to the program. You can find links to the works read and other reading recommendations in the show notes. You can find us on DYUP Sugbo's YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Again, if you want us to read your poetry or short stories in the show, check out the DYUP Sugbo page for more details. Thank you for being on this journey learning with us, and see you next time.
play bang audio?
Na okay na. Wala.
Kana di ko sure. Okay ba if ayaw ba or
Kasi madungog ta. Madungog ba yan sila ganyan?
hello? Hello, makadungog ka na ako eh. Mic test, mic test. Hello, sound. Okay. Di naman ba ito music?
Basta madungog ka dito gayaw.
Hello, sound check.
Ako kita ay nag-ready.
No, ako na ito really na nakapay yung recording.
Pero katong madungan ang mic ko na.
I think wala na ay. Abi na ako nailahi ng ayaw si tuner, no?
Amo kita na sa ubos.
Wala yung gayo? Hello, sound check, sound check.
Ganahan pang itabay,